Welcome back to Rickesh's Creations. Let's talk. Yes. Before we get started, you guys and gals, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell for new notifications. Yes. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone is feeling fine. New year, new beginnings, and new goals. How about that? And just so you guys and gals know, this is a self-care, self-help, trauma healing, self-discovery channel where we're unlearning to learn, mind transitioning. We're changing up in here, you guys, so we can manifest the outcomes that we would like to have and heal our inner child, heal our inner self, working on our inner self, building our inner self. How does that sound? Yes. And along that journey, we are having to do some work. Hey, this is my life. This is what I do. All right. Hey, if anyone is like interested in purchasing some custom-made healing jewelry, custom-made nails, press-on nails, you want to get your nails done in person. However, hey, I am your person to go to. I custom create. I am CEO of Rickesh's Creations, custom handmade jewelry and nail sets and more. So if you have any other ideas you would like for me to custom create, don't forget, just send me an email at rickeshascreations@mail.com and we can chat upon it. All items that are made are paid first, then I create for you. If you would like to check out some of my work, just so you can get some ideas, or you know, you can see something that you like, and if I can duplicate it, I will. You can visit my website at rickeshascreations.com. You can visit my IG at Rickesh's Creations. Also, too, if you are wanting to book a reading with me, feel free to email me at rickeshascreations@mail.com as well. And follow my IG at rickeshascreations_readings. Yes. I'm bum.com. I most definitely can get you where you're trying to go. But for now, we're just going to stick with today's topic. Let's get to question of the day. How many of you ready? Yes. Let's get started with the question of the day. Question of the day. Question of the day. All right. Question of the day is how to forgive someone who is treating you unfairly. Ooh, well, I got answers. Let's talk. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Jamelia. This was her question. Thank you for being vulnerable on my channel. This is what this is for. We are all going through something, okay? And we need a little bit of, you know, intuitiveness or perspective or a different opinion on how to, you know, fix our own problems, right? Or how to move forward if we're not able to fix them, okay? So thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and get to your question. I know that you went ahead and told me that your question was a little bit more in depth. So thank you for that extra feedback, because that can help me stick to your specific question. Okay. And your question is that you're having some issues, or you feel like you're being treated a little unfair with your youngest child's father. And so I want to help you with that, bless you, give you some nuggets, or give you some of my intuitive opinions, so it can help you along your journey. Now, before we get started, I do want to let everyone know that I do not have children.
What?
No, I do not have children of my own. No, I do not. However, I have been known to be a mother figure to the world. A lot of people do trust me with you know, with guidance, and I appreciate everyone for that. Like, that is pretty dope. Like, still yet, I'm like, why do people ask me for advice about children? But hey, it's all good. I don't mind helping, because if it all else fails, I am very intuitive, so I know how I would be as a parent. So let me help you, love bug. Let me help you with that. All right. So I know I did a video recently on how to know if you have forgiven someone. Okay. But this is even like a step like farther, like, you know, how to forgive someone that you're still having to deal with. Now, my first instinct would be to tell you, you don't deserve that, and keep it moving. That's just me. That's just what I meant. You know, as far as with anybody that is treating me unfairly, I do not want you in my life. Do not stop here. Okay? Keep moving. But I do understand that there are people who are still having to deal with people who, you know, have to be in their life because they have children. And so My heart goes out to anyone that is dealing with people that you don't want to be dealing with, but you having to, or you feeling like you needing to, for the sake of children. So I'm going to address it and correlate it to how I would respond if I had children. How about that? Because this is not my experience, but I will give you some of my intuitive opinions on it. Okay, so first things first. I want to ask you, and I want you to ask yourself, why is it that this person is treating you unfairly? Now, when I say ask yourself this, the first thing that comes to your mind is usually the right thing. Don't ponder unnecessarily with what their thoughts are about you. Because whatever their thoughts are about you, baby, it does not matter. What matters is how you feel about you. Do you love you? That's the next question. Do you love you? And I ask you that because when I ask people, do you love you? When you love you, it really kind of stops, like, it kind of stops the cycle of us worrying about what other people think about us and how they treat us. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you a little telltale thing, a little telltale sign, okay? Write this down. Usually when people are being mean to you, it's because they are being mean to themselves. Yeah, I know, right? You're probably like, wait a minute, how does that make sense? Yeah, people know how to show you something differently on the outside, but on the inside, they are toe up from the flow up, okay? And need a real fixing on themselves. So I want to say, you know, that's where compassion comes in, where you kind of like, you're not going to give this person a big break, right? As far as like letting this person continue to treat you unfairly. But however, you're going to know that, okay, this person's treating me unfairly because they're treating themselves unfairly. But does that mean I need to allow this person to continue to treat me unfairly? And that answer, I'm going to let you come up with that answer, but my answer would be no. No. Because if you're in this point in your life, regardless of whatever mistakes you have made in the past, so you speak or so you think you have made, or if you have made, that stuff is, once you forgive yourself, it's like, over there, all right? And we're working on ourselves. And as we're working on ourselves, we want to get to a better place with all relationships and all people, including ourselves, all right? 2023 is about time for some healthy ass relationships. Excuse my French. Healthy relationships, healthy friendships, healthy co-parenting-ships, healthy everything. Like, it's going to be a journey of getting there. Do trust and know it is not an overnight thing. However, practice will bring forth results. Okay? So be mindful of that. Be mindful of how you treat you. You treat yourself with respect. Guess what? The people who may have not always treated you with respect will come around one day to treat you with respect. You know, this saying that I say sometimes is like, you teach people how to treat you. I'm sure that saying has already been a saying, but I really embody that. I'm going to teach you how you're going to treat me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I know I'm going to give you the utmost, and I'm going to get that back. And that's just the end of the line with that part. But because you're still having to deal with this person, hey, that can go into effect as well. You don't have to have, hold your feelings inside and keep yourself as hostage or tiptoeing around people because you may wonder how they're going to treat you. You are the mother of the child. You are the mother. You birthed the baby, okay? And so with that being said, if a mother is not healthy, the child is not healthy. And that saying, I believe, is really true. Fathers, I love you all. And I know there are some great fathers out there, and I'm not talking about any who has been a great father. I'm not talking about you at all. I'm talking about women too, who, use their children as revenge. I'm not even going to say crutch, as revenge. And, I hate to say that's so unfair. That's unfair of its own. Like I said, I have not experienced any of these things because I do not have children, but I have almost had children, if that makes sense. I have miscarried. I have almost became a parent. I have, my experiences with children. I have a lot of godchildren. I have a lot of God adult children. Hey, I'm the mother to the world, and I'm going to give you what I feel is fair. And I feel like, if you're feeling these feelings, first, I want you to deal with you. I want you to do some healing. I want you to keep up with your self-care routines, your self-love routines. I want you to achieve some inner peace. because this person going to change in due time. You do know how the universe works. What goes around comes all the way back around. Whether it's this lifetime or the next lifetime or lifetimes before, it's going to always come back around. It's karmic patterns. It's going to always come back around. Okay? And the people that treat you unfairly in the future will come back and give you apologies. And if they don't give you apologies, you already found peace within your situation. I'm telling you. Peace ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. So if you're having, okay, so say for instance, you know, you can choose what road you would like to take. I want to leave that to be to you. But if I was to give you just some more advice on this, I would say have a chat with this person if it's applicable to do. Let this person know, hey, I think we need to have a chat. And it's in their concerns of, you know, whatever you want to tell them. I feel like this. Some people, we get into our head so much about what we should say to people. I feel like this. If your intentions is pure, your thoughts is pure, your words is going to come out pure. Okay? Yeah, people sometimes get upset regardless if they feel like you're finna come tell them something that they don't want to hear. Hey, excuse that. You don't block your throat chakra for no one. Okay, if you're feeling led to say something and you know that your intuition is leading you to do it, do it. Sometimes chaos have to happen before the storm settles. You know, sometimes we have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. And I know this is going to be uncomfortable. And I know this is uncomfortable. And I want you to free yourself of this uncomfortability. Does that make sense? So if you can have a conversation and y'all can come on some agreement where, whether it's, you know, the language that's being used, whether it's the kid being used as a revenge, first know what you're dealing with. First know what it is that's the part that's the trigger to you of why you feeling unfair, why you feel like you're being treated unfair. Is it because of how this person is talking to you? Because if this person is talking to you with disrespect, they don't need to be talking to you, period. I want to say this as well. If you're a parent where you talk to your children, because I'm not here to tell anybody how to parent their children. If you do ask me for my advice, I will give it to you, and I'm gonna give you the best advice that I can give. Okay, but if you're a parent that would like to talk to your children, and your children, you have understandings with them, chat with them. These children are not ignorant, like, so to speak, we thought, or our parents' generations thought we were as children. Because when we're children, they think that we're having to be taught everything. And sometimes those children are teaching the parents. You know, you can learn a lot from your children. You can learn a lot about you through your children. That's why you have them. That's why they're born. They're born to teach you something about you. They're born to help you heal you. A lot of people don't really understand that part, but that's some deep, deep insight that I do have. Children are born to you to help you heal. So if you have a great relationship or building a great relationship with your children, have chats with them. However way you feel comfortable having chats with them about what's going on. Don't bash the person, but let them see for themselves. Because I tell you what, when I was a young girl, I don't know if people knew this, but I was very intuitive and very smart, and I was aware of a lot of things. Yeah, I may seem like a child in a child's mind, but my brain is wise, and it's been here many a time. Just put it like that. So I already kind of knew what was going wrong or right in my parents' relationships. I knew what I was seeing, what I wasn't seeing. I had already had a lot of things figured out. And so with that being said, what I was trying to figure out next was, what was my role now that I'm born? You know, because like I said, when you're born, you forget these things. So then all of a sudden I started searching for, what's my role in this? What am I supposed to be doing in this whole paradigm? This creation of life that I've brought myself into, the environment, the people, the souls that's attached to all of this. What is my role within them? I had to figure that out. That inner work ain't no joke, I'm telling you. So with that being said, when you figure out what your role is with him to continue on, whether it's just co-parenting, letting him see the child, letting him be a part of the child's life, you know, fine. But there has to be some respect there. You deserve it. You deserve respect. And if you're not getting respect, get it. But also to look at your patterns. Go back and look at your patterns. Have you always let people do you this way? If you have, then you need to do some forgiving. You need to do some forgiving for yourself, because when you forgive yourself, you're not going to allow no one to treat you unfairly. Even if that causes you to have to disconnect for a while, it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad parent to disconnect from the other parent for a bit. Okay? Sometimes you need to go in and make sure you're good. So when you're around this person, you can be good, and their words will not even affect you. It won't even be a thought. It'll be like, okay, you come pick up, okay, okay, okay. You see that? That person will notice that shift in you. They're like, wait a minute, this person used to get all bothered when I said something, or if I, rushed them to something. You don't have to rush your decisions for no one. One thing I have learned is that when you rush your decisions for other people, you are people pleasing. Sometimes you have to go in and sit within yourself and ask yourself, is this for my greater good that I'm doing this? Is this benefiting me? Is this benefiting my child? Is this benefiting him as well, her as well? You know, the parent, the second parent, is this benefiting all of us? Because if it's only benefiting them, which is the other person, then you need to reevaluate that. Because there should be some equalness there. Justice needs to be served. Okay? Justice. Come on now. Be you. Don't do it because you're trying not to be a confrontational person. Don't do it because you're thinking that you're going to upset the break in order of your childhood or your children's childhood. Look, let me tell you another thing too. Most of the time when we're dealing with stuff like that, it's because we're dealing with our own childhood issues as well. And it resurfaces. It don't never go anywhere. Just because you grow up and start to look like a different being than how you was as a child, your inner child is still needing that healing and that validation. And sometimes we have to go in and work on him or her and heal it. So heal your inner child. Heal your inner child. Your children and their father are going to have the relationship that they're supposed to have. Your children and the mother is going to have the relationship that they're supposed to have. Stop beating yourselves up because the other person wants to be themselves. They broken. Remember when you met them, you was broken. A lot of us don't think we was broken when we met half of these people we made children with. You know what they say, opposites attract? Well, likes attract too. When your vibrations is low, you're vibrating with low people, low frequency people. Yeah. And so you notice the difference as you start to shift and start to elevate somewhat. You start to notice, wait a minute, why was I even attracted to this person? Why did I let this person do me like this? Man, I must have some real low self-esteem. And low self-esteem is not a bad thing. We all go through times and periods of low self-esteem. It's just about being aware that your self-esteem is low. And when you're aware that your self-esteem is low, then you can do something about it. And stop making excuses for yourselves. So let me go and do a little recap for you again. I know this is about you having a better relationship or forgiving the person that's treating you unfairly. Forgive them for their past. Forgive them for whatever they already did. Forgive yourself. Now going forward, put some healthy boundaries there. Put some healthy boundaries there. If this person is not going to treat you fair, show them. Show them that they can't treat you unfair. Show them. It doesn't make you a bad parent. I'm an honest person. It doesn't make you a bad parent. I just solely feel that way. It doesn't make you a bad parent. No. Stop playing that guilt trip on yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat up the only person that's fighting for you. You. Don't beat that person up, especially if you know you're putting in that work. Have a healthy relationships going forward. Have some healthy talks. If this person is not on the same page, give it a break. Let it go. Give it back to the universe. Come back to it at a later date. Okay? You live your best life. You live your moments. You treat people right and demand it back. Demand it back. And if this person is treating you unfairly, let them know that you don't like that they're treating you unfairly. Tell them exactly what it is that you don't like. And you don't have to say it in a nasty way. First, before you go ahead and talk, check in your emotions and deal with it. Make sure you sit in your power. Make sure you sit in your ashe. Have this chat with this person. Don't respond to everything or react to every, if it's in person or if it's through text. Because, sometimes our emotions can get all, emotions can grow, you know, as we're in the heat of the moment. But I do have a video about that, how to control your emotions in the heated situation. Sit within your power, breathe, listen. Don't let it pack you in the head. Don't let it beat you in the head. Just listen. See if there's anything in there that applies to you. Whatever don't apply to you, throw that back to the universe. Take in what applies to you. Listen to your intuition. Let it tell you what to do next. And see how if that works. See if that helps. If that don't help, it's okay to take a break. You know, it's okay. Because sometimes things have to work itself out, you guys. You know, us humans, we can be so impatient sometimes. Or we can give up too quickly. Balance. Balance, balance, balance. Let God, let the universe work it out for you. Put your prayer request in, sit in yourself, have that healthy talk. That talk is not applicable. Just go within, make peace with yourself. Don't allow this person to treat you unfairly anymore going forward, regardless of children or not. Have healthy relationships with your children. Be honest with your children about you too. You know, like sometimes as parents, I'm saying it as a parent, but sometimes as parents or people that are parent-like, you know, we don't always tell the truth because we think that it's going to affect the child. No, stop blocking this child from experiencing what they're supposed to experience. Be there with them on their journey. If your parents weren't there for you on your journey, not saying it's you, anyone else. For the listeners out here, if your parent went with you on your journey, you reparent. You reparenting yourself, right? So you're going to reparent your children, right? And you're going to have healthy relationships with your children. You're going to be honest with them. You're going to be open with them. You're going to allow them to have feedback. You're going to have healthy boundaries with them as well, though. Don't let your children run you. Have healthy boundaries with them, okay? And, you know, ask them what their thoughts is about things. You know, sometimes you never know what you're going to learn about you through your children. Again, I said that again. Remember that. But all else fails, you know, keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Things will get better. Have positive thoughts. Keep your thoughts positive too. That's another thing. You know, when you're around this person, don't always think like, damn, I don't want to be around this person because this person. Don't set the stage for that to happen. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. I like to say things in 3. Remember who you are. Okay? That's the extra one for me. All right? So, you know, I hope that this blesses you. I hope this blesses anyone out there that's parents and that's dealing with other parents or co-parenting with people who are treating you unfairly. It sucks, but you do not have to take it. Okay? If it'll make you feel better to write a burn letter, okay? Expressing yourself if you're not able to talk to the other parent. If you're feeling like, you know what, you just want to avoid that, write a letter to yourself. Write a letter to that person. You know, you don't have to physically give it to them, but write it down. Get those emotions out. And then on the back side of that paper, write a forgiveness part. Write how you're going to go forward today with yourself. And hold yourself accountable to holding yourself accountable to getting that done. Don't let people treat you unfairly, okay? You have a choice. It's your free will. All right? And I hope that blessed you. If you have any more questions, leave it in the comments and let's talk about it. If you would like to donate to my channel so I can keep creating beautiful and enlightening content for you, cash at me at Rickesh's Creations. I look forward to answering more questions for you all. I hope you all have a blessed day. And let's move forward. Let's continue to heal ourselves as we work on the outside world. All right? Until then, bye.